This is the basement. Been running all the plumbing as I go along. Now we're going to check for any leaks down on the floor and the ceilings. I noticed over here I have some pictures of some moisture readings. There's some yellow staining here. There's some yellow staining here. You can see some efflorescence on the wall. So you can see that they blocked, they waterproofed with a blocking paint. And it looks like you're missing a little bit over here because this is the old foundation and some of the water's penetrating through. And also up here, it's penetrating through. So you could actually see some moisture on the walls. Concrete is porous, so it's always a good idea to run a dehumidifier down here. And I think part of the problem is that it's pretty wet down here. And you can see on the wood over here, you're starting to get microbial growth on the wood. So this definitely should be cleaned up over here. And I would definitely run a dehumidifier. It doesn't look like anything started growing on the surfaces yet. So that's important to get done sooner rather than later. Right, this is the main waste, right? That goes up and hooks up to the bathrooms and everything for the whole house. Up across the top is the fresh air vent that I said that I saw on the outside. Right, this is underneath the garage. All right, it's all corrugated metal, steel beams. Should be definitely good for holding everything up. This is the old part of the house, right? This is the old exterior wall, and this was part of the foundation that went up. Right, you can see it up over there. I'm just going to check with my thermal imager, make sure there's no water coming down from upstairs. Yeah, so everything looks nice and dry down over here. I know you're not really going to be able to see what I can necessarily see on the thermal imager, but everything looks good. Alright, these are the refrigerant lines where the ACs run in. This is electric for it. I would probably just seal these up so you don't get any rodents coming in. Right, this is all new poured concrete when they extended the house. Same thing over here. This is all poured concrete. Everything looks good, nice and dry. Right, these walls over here look nice and dry. All right, this is a little efflorescence. Some moisture's peeking through over there. And then this is the mechanical room. So down here is where you're gonna change your filter. Again, same thing when I opened this up. It was all dusty and dirty. It should be changed. Right, just so you know, you have a hot water condensing combination boiler / water heater. It's a Peerless unit, right? And that's gonna make the heat, so you can see all the zones over here, and it's going to store the hot water in this tank. So this isn't a standalone water tank. This is an indirect tank. Okay, so the heat that's going to come over here is going to come to these air handlers over here, and that's referred to as hydro heat. So these are your heat coils up over here. These are your cold or evaporator coils for the air handler over here. You're going to have condensate that's going to come down, and you've got a condensate pump, which is going to pump the water up and over to the drain pipe. So when this also has a fan inside here. So when you call for heat, the boiler is going to go on. It's going to make these pipes hot. The fan is going to blow over the coil that's in here, and it'll make hot air, right? The same thing when you call for cold, for AC. The condenser is going to go on the outside. This is going to get cold. It's going to make the evaporator coil cold. It's going to blow, the fan is going to blow over the cold coil, and it's going to make cold air. So I turned on the AC units and I tested them. They turned on properly. Everything was fine, but they're not getting cold, so they're probably going to need a charge. They were turned off when I got here, so I just turned them on briefly. I'm going to turn them back off. This is the main water line that comes in over here, right? This is the first shut off. This is the shut off for the sprinkler system, right? You have a fire sprinkler suppression system, and then this is a secondary shut off for the whole house. So if you turn off either this or this, it will turn off the whole house, right? If you turn off just this, it'll turn off the whole house. If you turn off just this, it's going to turn off just the house. It's going to leave the sprinkler system. Okay? Over here is your main electric panel, right? And that's your main disconnect right over here. And you have a sub panel upstairs, and the sub panel breaker is right over here. You got 100 amps, and the sub is in the second floor hallway. Everything tested properly with the exception of the dishwasher. I don't understand why I have power over here for where it's labeled dishwasher, but I don't have power up at the dishwasher. So that's going to have to be looked into. But other than that, all the electrical is good. Okay. I noticed a little water leaking in around the foundation over here. Right? See, this is wet. So again, I don't know how much of this is just humidity, or if it could be possibly the grading of the backfill on the exterior. All right, but definitely you want to improve the grading on the outside, run a dehumidifier inside, and hopefully everything will dry up over here. All right, any questions, just give me a holler. Thank you.